Like Tyson, the new WBC heavyweight champion of the world, says and sang as he promised. Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing, "This'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die." Woo! What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news breaking concerning Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, it started out, it was much anticipated, and it was worth all the hype. It's one thing about what a person says what he's going to do, and he actually does it. Okay? Tyson Fury claims he was going to knock Deontay Wilder out in the second round. And the way Tyson Fury came out like a mad bull, he came charging at Deontay Wilder. He had him going back on the back foot as promised. So it was no big secret. Wilder could not adjust. The only time Wilder got off, which he did in the first round, he caught him with a grazing right hand. Fury went with that right hand, okay? And it looked like it was no damage done, okay? Fury kept jabbing. He was catching him with round left hooks, stepping out of the pivot, stepping out of the line, catching him with left hooks, and it was getting Deontay Wilder's attention. Now, first round, also, Wilder started to bleed from his nose, similar to Fury in the fourth round, okay? That round ended. Fourth round, boom. Second round. Vamos. What ended up happening, same of the same. Wilder hit Fury with a right. Fury caught him with a right, hurting Wilder. And Wilder looked like it was bothering him, but we weren't really sure if he was hurt yet. Okay. I'm getting notifications, guys, from all over the place. And it was one of those things where finally, in the fourth round, he was caught with a right hand that took him off his feet, and it was at a punch to the ear and sent Wilder down on his stomach. Okay. Wilder, of course, when Kenny Bayless was counting, Wilder claimed that it was a slip, but it was no slip. We clearly seen it. It knocked it, he got hit in the ear, and it looked like he busted the eardrum, honestly. Well, actually, it was this ear. And you could tell his equilibrium was off. We know Wilder not to have good balance anyways, but you could tell he was definitely hurt. He did fight back. He struggled. He got back up. That was at the end of the fourth round. Round 6, it happened again. He was knocked down from a body. He was caught with a left hook to the body. Down he went. Also in that round, Kenny Bayless takes a point away from headlocking. Because what Tyson Fury does when he gets himself in, he would feint, and he was throwing these feints. Wilder would put his dukes up. That's all he does. No head movement, no dipping, no dodging. Just putting his dukes up. Gets caught, and he would get inside, throw his punches, put him in the headlock. All of a sudden, Kenny Bayless, people, deducts a point from Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Right? And Fury did more of the same. Wilder was all over the place. He failed a couple of times just by, I think, they say he tripped, but I feel it was by pure exhaustion. Really, by the end of the fifth round, honestly, and especially the sixth, I wanted them to stop it because he was getting blistered. He was getting beat to the point where you could tell his hands were on the ropes. He was tired. He didn't have, his legs were gone, obviously. He didn't have good balance. He was bleeding from his mouth, his nose, his eye. He was bleeding all over the place. He had blood coming from everywhere, people. And it was to the point where I couldn't believe what was going on because this is all happening at one time. But then this other sense was like, hey, somebody got to stop this shit because I don't want nothing to happen to any boxer. Okay. Wilder is a guy, he showed he's tough. If he showed anything, that he's tough. Did he show his flaws? Yes. Did he show that he could not box as well as Tyson Fury? Yes. He showed a lot of flaws, but one thing he did show, he showed he has thin skin. His skin doesn't hold up well. I knew that. I told you guys that. But he showed his mental toughness, but he also showed us that he needs more in his arsenal. Like I keep telling you guys, you have to do more than just jab, right hand, jab, jab, right hand, and ever so often you'll throw a left hook when you got a person hurt. You have to do more than that. You have to go to the basics. And if anybody, he should have went back to the basics. It should have been Tyson Fury and not Dominic Brazil. And this shows you a lot. Okay? But anyway, let me finish. 7th round, he kept getting beat. He kept getting touched. And finally, Kenny Bayless, he waved it off because Mark Breland threw in the towel. And I think if it was a stoppage by the referee, I would have called it an early stoppage. But since the corner decided to do that, that showed one thing. It showed fucking integrity. Okay? I don't care who you're a fan of. You don't want to see nobody get seriously hurt. Okay? Because it's always the person that thinks they're going to do the most damage is the one that ends up getting damaged. This is what happens tonight. That happens a lot. Because you only focus on destruction and catching bodies in the ring and all that, except putting together an accurate strategy to win. It's more to boxing, like I keep telling people. It's more to boxing than throwing a right hand and showing power. Because not all the time that right hand is going to work. And Wilder landed that right hand at least 4 times. Okay? Now it was a particular time I have to note and have to let you guys know on something. Shout out to Bruce Bain on this. He did a video just today that if Tyson Fury, will he survive the head punches? After Tyson Fury dropped Wilder, Wilder hit him with a clean flush behind the head punch. And Kenny Bayless, you know how Kenny Bayless is. If you guys have watched boxing like I do, Kenny Bayless is, you know what I mean? So he sees every fucking thing. And he saw that behind the head punch and he said nothing. Okay? He even pushed him apart, lectured him for at least 5 to 10 seconds. Okay? Giving Wilder time. Every chance he got, he gave Wilder time. So I don't want to hear any excuses about, Wilder not having this, Wilder not having that. Wilder got all the French benefits tonight. He had the ref that helped him. He had the judges that we don't know, and it doesn't matter anyway. Maybe they would have snubbed him. Okay, and he had his UK fans. He had love there, but a lot of things you could already see was against this man. Okay, so he was right in his ballsy, and he gets so much respect just from doing what he said he's going to do, because he knew if Lennox Lewis can come over here and dominate the way he did and get robbed, he could too, and that's what happened. So he put the law in his own hands. Okay? So, hey, he was judged by 12 and wasn't carried off by 6. Right? That's exactly what he decided to do. He decided to take it into his own hands, take his own responsibility, and take Wilder out. Take the fight to Wilder. Wilder could not do anything on the back foot like he claimed he could do off the right hand and all this. No counter, none of that. He didn't do any of that shit. He looked basic. He looked limited. He looked one-dimensional, like Lennox Lewis mentioned. He looked like all those things tonight. Okay? And when he started getting hit and battered, he looked gassed. Okay? So this is a reminder to everyone that just because you're a fan of somebody doesn't make them indestructible. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what country you're from. Everyone can lose, even Deontay Wilder. Okay? Deontay Wilder now, I think, needs to show us Americans that he can get the WBC belt back or any belt back. You know? And I feel that someone has to be humbled. And I think this is an humbling situation for Deontay Wilder. I think Deontay Wilder now can see, hey, maybe these guys, they have the best interest for me. It's either two things. I need to get rid of my camp or my trainers, or start listening to my trainers. And if I'm letting my trainers let me do shit that I got away with, obviously, they let him get away with things, okay, that he shouldn't have got away with. They should, he should fire him for that. Simple as that. So maybe he may think about that. Take a layoff. He did not quit though. He didn't, you know what I mean? But obviously, his team felt that he was unable. But again, that was for concern. So at least you have to give credit to his team, because they did look out. They did look after him. Okay. Now, what's left for Wilder, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he will take the rubber match to save face. I mean, he pretty much has to, because he has a lot of people riding on him. Remember, this is Black History Month, people. So he has to, that's bad to bring that up, you know what I mean? Because he kind of dug that hole for himself, And I guess now Tyson Fury is a Black History question. But it's not the kind of question that he thought it would be. Anyway, Deontay Wilder has took his first loss by TKO. He went down twice. Tyson Fury showed what he can do, and that goes to show you that you can't overlook a person that believes in himself and has a mission, and he has a good strategy behind his mission and his beliefs, and Tyson Fury did that. So you got to take your hats off to him. Shouts out to him once again. The sky's the limit for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is one of those guys you can't count out. There's always something special about him, and he makes a believer out of each and every one of us that ever doubted him. But anyway, guys, this is the recap. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.